Alrighty, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new video on East Coast Manga. So today we're going to be talking about a series that I'm so excited to review for you guys and so excited to pick up. This is actually a early copy, but it's like they were sold at Barnes& Noble's like 2 weeks early or something like that, so I managed to find a copy for myself, and that is Alice in Borderland. This manga right here, like I said, it's been something that I've been anticipating to release. I watched the series on Netflix and season 1 was just so good. I watched that probably a couple months back or maybe even longer, maybe during the summer. I forget exactly when it released. But just in general, like, things are definitely going up, especially when it comes to Netflix and especially when it's coming to like Netflix productions. I mean, I'm very, very happy that this got a manga in English. This is already finished in Japan. It's already a completed manga. Alright, so I just want to mention, I believe this manga comes out on March 15th. So you can get it on Right Stuff or Amazon or Barnes & Noble's. If you do happen to get it off Right Stuff, I do have an affiliate link down below in the description. Any purchase you make, all you have to do is just click that link and then purchase whatever manga you want. If you use the link, I receive a very, very small commission back on that, which really, really helps to continue making videos like this, continue making hauls. Honestly, just to be able to pick up manga in general for videos on this channel, it really, really helps with. There's 18 volumes. It went from roughly 2010 to about 2015, 2016. I think the last volume was technically released in 2016 in Japan. I kind of want to say there's only 2 volumes in this, but it could be 3 volumes. As you can see right here, this is a soft cover. It's not a hard cover. I wish it was a hard cover, but at the same time, I really like these volumes. I have no complaint. These are the kind of like tall and semi-chunky, but not really chunky Viz-Bigs. I don't know, this is just your average Viz-Big volume that's chunkier than the like super thin ones. So to give you guys a little bit of the story, I highly recommend you guys just jump into it and see how you like it. Honestly, you could start with the live action on Netflix or you could start with the manga. I believe season 1 actually cut off right at the end of this volume, so it's kind of like perfect timing in a sense. The next volume doesn't come out till like June, which don't even get me started on that. I don't know why they're dropping so slowly. It's already it's already finished series, and we're like not even halfway through March, and now I gotta wait like 3 more months to be able to pick up another volume, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So this manga follows our main character. I'm gonna call him Arisu. I don't know how to pronounce his first name or technically his last name. I forget exactly how it works in Japan. He has 2 friends, Chada, I would just call him Chada, and then Karube. I honestly do not remember how these names are pronounced in the Netflix special. Because I watched that so long ago and now I'm reading this, so it's like pronunciations are just kind of in my head, so those could be totally off, but it doesn't really matter. Our main character is this high schooler. He's right around his senior year, I believe, because he's 18. And he's just kind of someone who's always living under the shadow of his, I believe, younger brother, who just has always had much better grades than him. His grades suck. He like totally just gave up on the test that is introduced at the beginning of the series. It's, I don't know, some school test or some prep exam, I'm not sure. He literally just filled in all like A for every single answer. I don't know. He's just not really an academic, and his parents kind of look down on him for that. He is kind of in a lot of he's kind of in a position that a lot of people are in, kind of getting out of high school or sometimes even getting out of college. They're kind of in this situation where they don't know what they want to do with their life. And his friend Shota is also kind of in that same realm, but nowhere near as bad, I believe. He takes school a little more serious, but he's also like still a total kind of, I don't want to say delinquent, but kind of. And then they have a friend who I would actually say is more of a delinquent, but he's a little older. He works at a bar. He's not even in school anymore as far as I know. And he's more so like kind of the muscle, where Arisu is more like, he's more brains, but he just doesn't use it towards academics. And then the friend Shota is more just kind of a, I don't want to be mean, but right now he's kind of that useless side character. That's how I would describe him. But to get into the story, once again, without spoiling too much, just a little bit of intro to hopefully get you guys maybe interested. They're all hanging out one night. These fireworks go off. Basically, they're all saying like, damn, like they wish they could kind of disappear and, you know, whatever. So the fireworks go off and this huge firework goes off. It blinds them. They end up waking up and they're in the same city that they were in before the fireworks went off, but now everything is like covered in ash. Everything is expired. It seems like they have shot like far into the future. They don't see anyone else. And then they're introduced to this woman who kind of brings them over and the first event or first game starts, and this is just the beginning to this super, super dark and gritty series. I will say, if you start reading it, the art I felt like was the beginning art, especially the side character Chota. I don't really like his artwork, I will be honest with you. I think it's a little too shonen-like, and at the beginning of the series, some of the art in general, or just some of the feeling, does feel a little kind of shonen, but like could be on the verge of seinen in terms of just darkness, your average shonen versus seinen. Not talking about Chainsaw Man or anything like that, I'm just talking about your average shonen. But then once you get introduced to the games, I feel like the art actually starts to change. It starts to get way more dark and realistic, and especially there's two events in this one volume. The second event, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good, and I will also say I am a bit biased because I watched the Netflix season, and the way they portrayed that game or that event in the Netflix special was just incredible. So basically, this is a life and death type event. So if you do something wrong in these events, or if you lose, you end up dying. And I know I'm being a bit vague, but I don't want to spoil too much for you guys. Basically what I'm going to say is this series is not for the faint of heart. It may seem like it's not super dark when you first start it, in like the first chapter or whatever, but as you read this volume, and this is all within this one volume, things get really dark. Let's just say the first game, or I don't want to call it games because it's not games, but the first event in the manga and the first event in the Netflix special are actually two different events, and they're both good, but I could see why they weren't kept and they were kind of changed, because they're not as memorable as the second event, which is the same exact event. The same exact things happen in the manga and in the Netflix special. So if you want to see, if you read the manga and you're like, whoa, this was kind of cool, I think it's actually even cooler possibly, or more emotional in the Netflix, because you're actually seeing like really good actors, in my opinion, portraying emotions and like fear. So personally, I would recommend reading the manga, and then if you like a certain event, like the second one, not the first one because like I said it's not in there, but the second one, I would at least maybe check out clips or something of the Netflix scenes of that. I would say the closest thing to this is Squid Game, but it's not a like limited player game. It's also all within a city, and you get like, during the events you get trapped in a certain area and you have to play the game in that area to be able to keep moving, or you end up dying. There's so much mystery to it, but it's also set up so well that you know clearly there's someone or something or multiple people who are behind what's going on in Alice in Borderland, but you have no idea, especially in this one volume, you have no idea what's going on. Like, even at the end of this volume, you're still being introduced to certain things. You still don't know certain things, but like, you know that it's gonna be coming. You know you're gonna be getting answers. And this is why I hate having to wait for volume 2. So I think the plan right now is to probably read online, and then I 100% will be picking up the physicals, but I am just hooked right now. I am just really hooked right now. There's also copyright issues happening with showing manga panels and videos, which I think is the most absolutely ridiculous thing ever, but the copyright strikes are coming out of Japan. That's not coming out of the US. You really can't even communicate about it, and I don't want to get my videos copyright, but you can easily find panels on Google if you Google this and just look at the images. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.